What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it. The NBA has decided to do what I thought they were going to do eventually, as Adam Silver and the rest of the board of governors are talking about changing the league. You know, LeBron is always brought in on these meetings. I don't know why he's not, you know, representing the commission. That's Chris Paul's job to represent the players union. But they like LeBron James, so they keep bringing him into stuff he ain't supposed to be at. But that's neither here nor there. Anyhow, here is a situation where I'm sorry, you got the commissioner trying to change rules as he's going along and make up new rules for that, for that situation. Now, moving right along, he decides that first they're going to reduce timeouts from like 18 to 14, and then only two timeouts in the last 3 minutes. I'll be like, well, what if you saved your timeouts? What, you can only use two in the last 3 minutes? Well, I'm like, I don't get it. What if you got a decision to make? The game is close. They're trying to get as much control as possible. Now they want to go to a 16 game system, like top 16 teams go. There'll be no more East and West. There'll just be top 16 teams go. So I'm like, well, how are you going to do the All-Star game? Who's going to play against who? If there's no East and West. If you're just going to do 1 through 16. How is this going to affect the schedule? Now the season is also going to start like in October now. And they said this is going to issue more rest to the players. I'm like, I don't get it. They were like, oh, well, this is going to, end a lot of the back-to-back games. So it's going to eliminate a lot of teams playing back-to-back. And I'm like, that's strange because teams are playing back-to-back for years. They used to do that in playoff games. They don't even, in the playoffs, you don't even play back-to-backs. They've been stopped that. And these guys still need rest? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with the schedules. Nothing wrong with the league right now. The only problem they have with the scheduling is that it was done moronically. It's like having somebody play that's on the West Coast, have them fly somewhere way on the East, then have them bounce out to the West for one game, then go back on the road for three more games. It's like, look, whoever made the schedule was an idiot. Just make the schedule work where it would make sense. If you have somebody go to Texas, they do the Texas Triangle. If they out in Texas, they're going to play either San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas. Why then, like they would do on the East. If somebody from the Central, Milwaukee plays San Antonio, they got to play San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston. The Texas Triangle. You got to do that, and then you come bounce right back. You don't go out there and have them go there for one game and have them fly back over here. People are not in. They're like, what are you doing? First, you're wasting money. Two, the players are going to be exhausted. You ain't going to have a great game. All the jet lag. I mean, Golden State had flew so many miles, they were exhausted. They all the way in the Bay. They got to fly all the way to New York, come back home for one game, then go fly back to across the water to go to Chicago, fly back to play the Portland Trail Blazers on the road, then fly back. I'm like, who made a schedule like this? That was their main problem. So if you get somebody there who's competent with making a real schedule, you don't have to stretch the games back to October. But see, this is all because the players are found the loophole through the collective bargaining agreement that they got with the teams. Because they have this extra money, all these NBA teams, because they got this extra money to spend. All right, thank you. Glad you liked the post. But because they got this extra money to spend now, that they give teams to where if you stay with your team, that you're eligible to get more money by staying in your contract. Because normally towards the end of the years, teams can pay you a more, like almost 2 times more than what you would get if you would leave. And people are still leaving. And that's so they can have most of their star players stay on certain teams. And try to keep people from bouncing from team to team. They want to kind of make sure they get some type of substance. And for the league, that's not good. Having players just bounce every couple of years and go from this team to that team and just keep running around the board every 2-3 years. You want them to try to build something with structure instead of everybody colluding with everybody to go to a certain team. And they don't want that trend there because they lose their control. And once they lose their control, it's done. So that's it right now. And I told you, it's once you found a loophole and the players start abusing it, like LeBron trying to get with his homeboys to go somewhere and start abusing the system. Soon as you think you know all the answers, they're gonna change the question. And this is exactly what the NBA wants to do, is try to, get back to some semblance of control. So them threatening to take away East, West, and all this stuff because they know LeBron's finna try to go to the Lakers. They're not gonna like this move, but what can they do? He's a free agent, so they can't stop him from going to the Lakers. The Lakers don't have to. I mean, Cleveland don't have to give up anybody to get him. He can just go wherever he wants. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm out.